Oh, shit. Well, this isn't one of those sleep live streams and silent live streams. This is one of those live streams where if you want conversations, come on in, take a seat and enjoy yourself if you wish. Gator Guts. That's what an exploded tire parts all over the roadway is called gator guts. When you get a long piece of tread, that's called a gator itself. Oh, I forgot to tell you, but this area here, I already passed noon and about 10 minutes ago. This is where they filmed The Walking Dead. There's a Smokey Bear right in the middle of the highway. A Kojak with a Kodak. I need a truck stop in case they want me to drop this. I really can't read chat, but welcome in. If I have met you before, welcome in. Just waiting for others to join in. They wish. It's a lovely drive in Georgia today. Better than last night, I'll tell you. That was a joke. People are in, people are out. People are in, people are out. I figured the hell with it. If I'm gonna talk to myself, I might as well do it on an empty live stream. At least it's recorded and documented really good. No, thank you. No, thank you. After this, whenever Walmart gets me unloaded, or hopefully if it's a drop and hook, I can take off right away. I'll travel up to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, get the load tomorrow. It's drop and hook at General Mills. But since it's drop and hook, I'm wondering if I could drop my empty if I get up there today and just bobtail to the truck stop, which would be really great because I can easily get parked bobtail. I don't have to worry about getting a parking spot. And then pick up the load during the appointment time and then go to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain and the waving wheat, which smells so sweet when the wind comes right before the rain. I don't know any more than that. Yes, sir. Oh, excuse me. There's two ways I can approach this. I got plenty of time. I'm not going to go back to Atlanta. I'm going to head straight up 65, get into Nashville, and then go a little bit south because Murfreesboro is just like 20 miles south of Nashville. I just don't want to have to deal with Atlanta traffic and the Watermelon 500. I'm just amazed I made it through there as quickly as I did today. Yeah, that's all I do, man. That's all I do. Ah, shit. I'll just go down to the next exit, turn around, come back to this Love's. But hey, that's all I do. I mean, there's another Kojak with a Kodak up on the bridge. It's, I don't know, if you want to define it that way as hard work. More mental than anything else. That's why everybody thinks I'm crazy. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because you're alone for hours and you live in your head. And yeah, you see all these wonderful things and wonderful scenery, no one to share it with. And it comes to a point where, what's the point? Like when you first see it, you're like, "Ooh, I finally got to see that," and I'm like, you have no one to talk to it with, make jokes or laugh about it, and it kind of like, okay, so what? I saw it. you can't share something with somebody, like, okay, what's the point? You must forgive me. I can only glance at the chat. Yeah, it's a decision I made in my life to do this, mostly because it's a job that pays very well, but comes at a sacrifice, and a hefty sacrifice at that. You got to ask yourself, can I actually be away from my family for so long? Am I willing to miss out on the special moments of your kids when they take their first steps, throw up on your lap for the first time? You miss out on a lot of things. But one thing is certain, you can provide very well for them. And that, to me, that's the point. That's the way I was raised. But truck drivers are not looked upon very nicely. Now, to kids, kids love us because kids get the point, even though they may not understand right away. Kids, they look at us like heroes. Adults can't stand us. Adults think we're trash and murderous truckers named Rusty Nail. You know, we do all this bad shit, which is not true. You know, what a lot of people see is the truck. They don't think that there's a human being inside there. 9 times out of 10 is going to be a man. Well, that man is a husband, a boyfriend, a significant other, a father, a brother. All we're doing is trying to get the job done, and we count the days to get home. Me, I don't exactly know when I'm going to officially be home next. I'm hoping probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, because I want to attend the first home game of the season for my son's football. You know, my job is not fashionably sexy, I should say. Not like firemen. Firemen, oh yeah, they get all the ladies. They get all the attention. Yeah, and what do they do? Like, man, they got a fireman's catalog. Why not a trucker's catalog? Yeah, get our fat asses up there and do that shit and wear a speedo. Me, I couldn't wear a speedo because one of my exes had me get in a speedo once, and I could not fit all my junk in it. And I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm not wearing this. But I made the attempt. That's the important part. I knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah, I don't know who invented those things. It's like it may work for some men, but not this one. You know, being a fireman is fashionably sexy in a way. You know, I'm no, I'd rather not. Most of them are all volunteers now, anyway. And what other ones are there? Being a porn star is another one, but I am not going to go there. Um, but I guess I had the beholder on that one. Uh, Police officers, I guess, but we're the bottom of the barrel. We're the last few green beans at the bottom of the pot. Wait a minute, I got somebody been waiting back here. I'm gonna see who it is. I don't know who this is. Is that you, Aaron?
Yeah, Sean. You want all the
Hey, how
ladies?
you
You
doing?
gotta start putting doubles and trippers, man.
Wait a minute, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, if you want all the ladies, you gotta start putting doubles and trippers, man.
Oh, I got my triple double endorsement. It's just I
Yeah.
haven't
When's the
gone in
last time
that
you pulled
direction.
one? When's the last time you pulled one?
I don't understand what you're asking or
I
saying.
said, when's the last time you pulled? When was the last time you pulled a double?
I pulled a double. I done it
Yeah.
once, and as far as
Okay.
I know, I'm the only prime driver that has done it. I went to pick up a FedEx load in Seattle, and they said, "Well, we haven't offloaded it off the pups yet into your trailer." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, do we do dropping hooks at Oakland?" They go, "Yeah, all the time." I'm like, "I have my triple double endorsement," and he goes, "Hey guys, stop! Put that shit back on the trailer. He's going to take the double FedExes." And I'm like, "Hey, that'll work." So I pulled double FedEx trailers down to Oakland, California from Seattle once. There were a lot of
Nice.
people talking about that. They were on the radio. Is that a prime hauling pair of FedEx doubles? We've never seen that before. I got on the radio. I said, "Yeah, that pulling FedEx. I have my triple double endorsement." And I'm like, I'm not going to wait for them to offload it and transload it onto a prime trailer. I'm like, I could just pull the doubles right now. They're like, "Hey, we'll do that,"
Yeah.
because all you're going to do is drop those trailers in the yard, and the yard jock's going to take care of it, and then I can grab a prime empty and then go on to my next load.
Go.
It just it happened by accident.
Just an accident. Yeah. When you going home? I heard you talking about it.
Um, I think 2 3 weeks.
Nice.
I think 2 weeks from Friday. It's first home game. It's not the first game of the season. It's the first home game, and the boys are playing Preble Shawnee. That's why I got to get turned around. I got to get fuel at that Love's back there. Yeah, I got to go back. I'm gonna get fuel at the Love's, probably a coffee, and grab some food in case I'm stuck at Walmart for hours on end without any food.
Are you going to Walmart?
Yeah, there are times you get stuck at Walmart for 8 to 10 hours with no food, and you're literally starving to death when you get out of there. I've learned my lesson a long time ago on that. I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys, give me my paperwork so I can get out of here and get something to eat. I haven't eaten since early this morning, and here it is early evening. They're like, okay, we're so sorry. Like, yeah, you're sorry, all right.
No shit.
Like, how long does it take to offload 18 skids of
Oh,
the
that.
same thing? It's all the same product. You count one skid and you multiply it times 80 or 18, and you got your answer how many cases are on here. And we can get out of here because they're all identical skids.
Yeah.
I said I could have offloaded this and had it counted and paperwork returned to you within 10, 15 minutes. And I've been sitting here for 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's bad arithmetic and
They don't.
bad business.
They don't teach math in school. Man. You gotta on that device of theirs.
Uh huh.
They don't teach math. They don't teach people how to shift gears either in trucks anymore. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
was the last time you saw a young kid driving a truck that was automatic?
Oh, everybody's driving. Just about everybody's driving automatics. I might end up with one myself. I really don't want to. I'd rather keep my 10 speed,
Yeah.
but I have a decision to make. Uh, I have till the end of this year, December 31st. If I wish to stay hauling loads for Prime, I have to get new equipment. Now, whether I sell this truck or just park it at the house and keep it, it's up to me. But I have to get new equipment regardless.
Have you been
To,
looking at?
to
Have you been
well,
thinking
my
about owning your own and just hiring a broker to take you or no?
well, that's too much of a pain, and plus, you're going to get screwed at the pumps because you're going to pay full price.
You are gonna
It's
pull. Yeah. Yeah.
You're better off signing on to a fleet, and you get their fleet discount on the fuel.
Yeah.
And I've done well here at Prime. I really have. The only thing is, I'd like to be home more often to see my son's football games because he's in his last 2 years of high school, and these are
Yeah.
important. And I thought about parking the truck and then driving for ABF like my dad did, which is the Teamsters job. Uh, I thought about, okay, if I get a new truck, do I want to sell this one or sell it, or just get a new truck period, and I can have a 10 speed, or I can buy a used one that Prime is trying to get rid of a lot of their used ones. Well, pedigree anyway.
Mm-hmm. Your truck's not beat up there, is it?
I'm sorry.
I said your truck's not beat up.
Oh no, I took good care of this.
So I don't. So I guess Prime has a rule about age.
Yeah, it comes down every now and then. If you have a truck older than this, you have to get new equipment or move on.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at it one direction, yeah, it's kind of a sleazy business practice, but aging equipment, there's constant repairs, and it can be very expensive.
That's true. That's true.
But thanks for joining me. I didn't think anybody would ever come into my live stream
I saw
because,
you five the other day, but I saw I by the time I was going to jump in, you already signed out.
yeah, a lot of people have come in, they come out constantly. I don't have very many people come in my live stream because typically when I do one, either they're asleep or they're at work.
Did what's his name? Did
That's
his name
them.
go to move the main?
I'm sorry.
Did what's his name go to move the main? The guy from Europe was it
I,
he go
I
to Maine?
Are you talking about Ryan? He's
Yeah.
British. Yeah, he. I don't know if he's still going to move to Maine or not.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a lovely state. Don't get me wrong, but there's not a whole lot there, uh, and or a lot to do. Except it's a hunter's dream to be there if you're a heavy hunter and fisherman.
Yeah. But the thing is, the fish there you have to be burned in Maine. A lot of people don't know that. Like you cannot fish, and you can't be a you can fish for yourself, but if you want to fish commercially, you got to be a Maine resident.
Oh yeah, but a lot of the fishermen I know, they do it for themselves.
Yeah. So
Shit. All right, I got to pay attention here.
but hopefully you pay attention the whole time.
Yeah, where are you driving at now?
Um, I'm in I'm in freaking crazy ass DC.
I was in that area 3 weeks ago.
It's fucking me. It's fucking me over right now, man. I'm just constantly fucking shifting. That's what I'm doing.
I delivered to Monrovia 2.5 weeks ago, and then I got the next load. I had to go over the George Washington Bridge into the Bronx and deliver it into Connecticut.
Yeah.
But when Trump got shot, I was stuck up there forever. I'm like, can you get me out of the Northeast? I've been stuck up here since Trump got shot. They all started laughing at me. Like, man, you've been up there for a while. I'm like, yeah, I know it.
So get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I got a load going up to Pennsylvania, and then from Pennsylvania, I'm shooting down to Texas.
Really? I deliver this to Oblique, Alabama at the Walmart DC. And once I'm offloaded there, I got a deadhead to Murfreesboro and pick up tomorrow at General Mills and take that load to Oklahoma City. So I'm sort of going back out west, not as far as I'd like, but
hey, I gotta pull over and take this car, man. It's work.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
All right, bye.
Well, every now and then you get a guest on in here. Oh, hi, Tammy. Tammy, if you didn't notice, I gave you a blue jacket last night. I figured it out. I posted the link to the panel if you wish. Maybe I can post it again here. Tammy, last night was just me making noise, and it was a big joke. I'm thinking about taking it down and deleting it. It was fun though. I went back and rewatched it, make sure that I didn't say anything too off color or said something too ridiculous. But no, that it was like getting rid of a bad case of diarrhea. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have some fun for a change. I'm just going to go in here, buy me a can of Corona. I end up buying a can of Corona and a can of Heineken. A big can. And see, I don't drink. But I'm like, oh, the hell with it. You know, it's like, why not? And I was like, because I was talking to Darren. I said, I'm going to go in there and get me a Corona and then just do a live stream just to see what happens, you know. I even advertised for him, too. I get no credit for that. And the karaoke was awful. Not like that was so good. But I was just making noise. That's all that was. I mean, I legitimately tried to explain myself last night, but I was like, you know, I don't care. It's just make a joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thanks for joining me, Tammy. Sometimes I'm not looking at to see the red dot there. Your drawing is done. All I got to do is I got to wait till later on today and get with Darren, and then hopefully by the day after tomorrow. I'm guessing you'll be in the process of getting it mailed to you.
Oh, thank you ever so much.
Yeah. Oh, and when you get it, you know, Take pictures or bring it on a live stream. Everybody'd like to see that what you did with it. You know where you put it.
I'm going to put it right next to her ashes.
Oh, the dog was female. I thought it was male.
Yeah, no, she was, when we got her, she was 9 weeks old. And she was the last one out of 7 of her brothers and sisters.
That's about
And
average for a lab.
yeah, and the gentleman didn't think he would sell her, so he already called her Chloe. So she was used to that name, so we kept her name.
How old was she?
She was 9 weeks old when I got her.
How old was she? How long did she live?
She was almost 14.
Yeah, that's ancient for a dog.
Yeah, she passed. She had her breakfast and went and laid out in the garden in the sunshine. Come back in, got on her bed in front of the fire, went to
Just
sleep,
old
and never
age.
woke up. Yeah.
Yep, old age. But the dog had a good life and was well taken care of, I can tell. But 14 years old for a dog is like one of us living to 150.
Yeah. Yeah. My last 2 were 17 when they passed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
17. That's got to be a record.
17. My friend's dog was 19 and still
like-
going strong.
Shit, that's like 200 years old for us.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. Pets don't live very long.
No, they don't, unfortunately. And we were looking at getting another one, but yeah, they're quite expensive now. They're over £1,000 to buy.
A lab? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that all purebreds prices have gone up. Like pugs, they've gone up a lot. They're over $1,200 now.
Yeah.
Ugly little bastards.
When we got her, we got all her paperwork. She was 5-generation pedigree. And we paid £400 for her. So £400 was a good price.
Yeah. Oh, the good thing about me doing a live stream last night is I was able to do that. I was able to give out wrenches to people that I know. I probably didn't get to everybody that I know with blue wrenches.
But thank you for giving me a wrench.
Yeah, a lot of people that I know that I've supported over the years. It really doesn't bother me. It's in what kind of friendship they want to have. I don't hold it against them. I may have supported them for so long, they don't support me. I don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah. No point is there.
But some people do. Some people take a big offense to that.
Yeah.
If you don't support them.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's like, look, if you ain't got nothing to do, you want to join in a conversation, why the hell not? It ain't gonna hurt.
Exactly.
But I'm not gonna force anybody to do what they don't want to do, because that's just not me.
I've been doing a cross stitch of a wolf and a dream catcher, and it's turned out quite nice. I've lost count of how many times I've stabbed my finger with the needle, though.
Sorry about that. I was concentrating making this turn here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I've been doing a cross stitch for my friend. A wolf.
Is that like embroidery?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yeah, I'll show you. I've got to figure this out now on the camera. Okay. I'll show you. There we go. That's what I've been doing. And that's the thread.
Okay, what are we doing, Walmart?
But yeah, that's what I've been crochet. Not crochet. That's my other hobby. Yeah, been doing that. All individual stitches.
Doesn't require immediate response. So I need to prioritize one of my calls in a similar way.
Teach me something there. Teach me how to mischief. Out of Darren's naughty corner.
Other authorities are appropriate.
You've got antisocial parking or abandoned cars.
Yeah, I gotta get fuel. I gotta get food and probably a coffee.
People calling us.
But while I'm pumping my fuel, you'll still hear me. I'm not going to be in the location that I am right now. I'll be outside the truck, so you might hear some noise.
There you go, Sean. This was how golden my doggo's eyes were. She had beautiful golden eyes.
Oh, that's a real picture of her. Then okay.
Yeah.
Is that what Cher drew?
Yeah. Then there's her ashes right there.
Interesting, isn't it? If it does actually see it through the space.
In her favourite spot in front of the fire.
Yeah, because it's warm.
Yeah. Oh, she used to grumble in the winter. As soon as it got dark, she wanted the fire on. And if it weren't on, she'd grumble like anything.
It's good to have you back and to see that glorious picture.
She was had her own little perks, her own little quirk, she did. But yeah, if my mum hadn't give her afternoon treat, she'd dob me mum in. She'd tell me that she hadn't given her a treat. And I used to say to her, tell her she's wicked, and she'd look at me mum and go, oh, with me mum. And then look back at me and I say to her, come on, I'll give you a treat. And I used to look at me mum and say to her, you wicked sod, not giving her a treat. And she'd look at me mum and then grin at her.
But when I go inside after I pump my fuel, Tammy, you'll be by yourself until I get back. It won't be long.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
Maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, if that.
That's all right.
Depends on if I got to fight to get to one of the urinals.
Research showing children.
I'll just whiz up against the wall or something like that.
Why not?
Well, hell, man, I went to use one. The fucking thing fell off the wall.
Right.
I'm telling you, weird things happen to me. Nothing's ever normal. That's why I try to take life seriously, but I really don't. Because when I try taking life seriously, I get bit.
Yeah. I don't take it too seriously. I just like having a laugh and joking, you know, because there's no point being serious every bloody day.
Well, I was having a hard time being serious, period.
I'm the same. I find it difficult when I'm on ghost hunts and I've got to be serious. I try to have a laugh and joke with the spirits. Like I had to tell myself when I went into the execution room, except a mallet. Say, are you still hanging around here? Because that would be. I don't think the ghosts would find that very funny.
Ugh.
But yeah.
I can't believe this mess. That's why I always said I needed a woman on this truck. Help me keep it straight and squared away and tidy. I mean, I do a fairly good job at it, but sometimes, sometimes it just doesn't really work out that way. I guess I'm not as tidy as women are, though. It might be explained because I'm not. That's why I'm not a woman.
Not every woman is tidy. We get days where we go, we'll do that later, we'll put that away later, and then a week later it's still there.
Jeez.
What is going on with my candle? My one stopped working. Oh, there we go.
Well, my truck is pretty much well tidy. It's just I need to scrub the floor and the carpet.
Yeah.
Because
I gotta
constantly tracking in dirt
Yeah.
or mud, which I try not to, but no matter how hard you try, it's still going to happen. You're going to drag mud in. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I cleaned the inside of my truck, and as soon as I do that, I get a load where I pick up in a mud lot, and I'm like, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have cleaned my damn truck. I would have waited till I tracked the mud in. Now I got to clean it again.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Because I used to go and mop our kitchen floor, and when I had my dog, and she'd go out in the garden, and she'd track in all the bloody mud all over the clean floor, and I used to go, oh God. And I'd have to mop it all again. I
Well,
was waiting to it deliberately.
when I was a kid, even to this day, I have an issue walking on a freshly mopped floor because my grandmother wore me out with a coat hanger once. Whipped my ass good too for walking on her wet floor.
Oh,
And even to
God.
this day, it's part of my psychosis. I can't walk on a wet floor. I'll be like in the truck stop. They mop part of the floor. They're waving at me. Come on. You can walk on the floor. I'm like, my grandmother whipped my ass. I'm not doing it. It still lives with me to this day.
That reminds me of my dad.
And they started laughing at me. I'm like, no, it's part of my psychosis. I guess my grandmother scarred me for life on that issue.
Yeah, my dad was scarred with mops. Because him and his mate, when they were younger, they nicked their dad's car and went off, and he dinged the bloody car, and he said to me, Dad, you're not that bent out, aren't you? Dad said, yeah. And they were supposed to be keeping an eye out, and his mate's dad come back and chased them all around the bloody garden. And he lunch in the doorway, and every time Dad ran past her, she whacked him one with the mop.
Uh-huh.
And he took the mop off of her, broke it in half, and ended up diving through the bloody edge.
Well,
But every time they seen him, they'd mount the pavement at me dad. But the thing was, they knew where my dad lived. So he got home and got another hiding from his mother.
So that might be.
Some of the things my dad got up to when he was younger, Jesus Christ. Can't do it nowadays.
Scenes together, you can play a character. So I think if
But
children.
mind you, if Dad was still alive, he'd be 103 now.
wow.
Yeah.
My dad was still alive. He'd be 84.
Really interesting idea. Paskin, thank you so much for taking the time.
Age. I lost Dad 2013,
I did
and he was 91.
My dad died at the age of 57, and he died in 2000.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Sean.
Well, it was the Agent Orange in Vietnam. Just like my stepfather died at an early age, too, because of the Agent Orange.
Hear that.
So the Vietnam vets that managed to live into their senior years that went,
Yeah.
it's starting to catch up to all of them that were there when they start dropping that crap everywhere. And I blame Robert McNamara for it because they knew what it was going to do, but they didn't care.
Described today
Yeah, that's the trouble. They just don't, do they? They don't think of things like that. Because my dad served he served 25 years in the Royal Air Force during World War II. Joined at 18.
Your dad?
Yeah, yeah. My dad was born 1921.
He fought in the Battle of Berlin,
Yeah,
or the Battle of Britain, I should say,
yeah,
or not Berlin, the Battle of Britain. That's what it was.
yeah. He was one of 12 children, and 7 of them went off
Was
to
he
war.
was he a
And,
pilot?
yeah, yeah.
Jesus,
He,
he saw a lot of crap. The
yeah,
worst
he
of
did.
humanity.
Yeah, and that's my dad there. That his uniform.
See, I would like to connect with people that are either related to, or if they're still alive by some miracle, that our grandfathers fought next to each other and knew each other. That'd be cool to meet somebody.
Yes, because we took Dad to Spain one year, and he met a gentleman that he used to box.
Because I'd like to meet, because I know my grandfather fought in the 101st Airborne, and he was in England before they did D-Day.
Yeah, it's when you look back, and I heard all the stories that Dad's told me from when he served, and you think, Jesus Christ, and you survived that?
Yeah, it's amazing that anybody survived the Battle of Britain.
Yeah,
All those planes up in the sky shooting at each other.
yeah. My uncle, he was in the army. He was a tank driver, and he went off to World War II, survived that. All 7 of them that went off to war all come back alive.
Yeah, absolutely right.
That's amazing.
And one of my uncles got captured by the Germans and was held prisoner. And my other uncle stumbled upon him and freed him. He didn't even know he was captured. And he freed him. And they all come back alive.
What was his 5th Olympics? 16 years.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, it's just amazing the stories I've heard from Dad and the sights he's seen. And you think, Jesus Christ, that's something that you'll never forget.
But when they lost the Battle of Britain, that was the slow downfall of Germany at that time.
Yeah,
But they could have easily lost that.
yeah. And I've been over to into Germany, and I've seen where they had the triangles to block the tanks, and where the battle actually happened. And then I went over to the World War II cemetery, and there was nearly 9,000 graves there, and nearly 2,000 unknown soldiers.
Pretty disastrous for them, of course.
Huh.
And that was a real eye opener, seeing that.
Own goal from Brendan Galloway.
Yeah, I just got to pull my truck up, and then I got to go inside. You'll be by yourself. Hopefully you can hold the fort down for me.
Yeah, of course I can.
Cool. I'll be right back.
No problem.
There. A couple of things that you have to come to terms with, I think, moving forward, but sorting out that disastrous away format which will be continuing from last year, and actually probably trying to get some attacking prospect in as well. A lot of reliance on Morgan Winter last year. He's going to be with moves again this summer. The star goalkeeper, the also being for the move away. So, yeah, definitely a lot of things that Wayne Rooney's going to have to be looking at. But there's optimism.
Yeah. Beautiful view. No, such beautiful skies. Crystal clear blue skies. Where Sean is.
We have the Boardmasters event over.
Beautiful sunshine. Really nice. Sean, bless him. He's paying for Cher to ship over a photo of Chloe that she's painted. Yeah, she's finished it. Cher had an accident yesterday. Got a whopping black eye. Yeah, got it from a restaurant. Got hit in the face.
Yeah, fantastic work from him. Now we're going to get back to the football.
Bless her.
Exeter City, a fantastic.
But she's done it beautiful. All above Chloe's flowers.
Where they left.
She's done it beautiful. Chloe's picture is beautiful. She's done Darren's cat too, Toby. But like her past.
For all sorts of reasons. Firstly, it was the club's first home match in the county for a number of years.
Yeah, sure. I've known Sean since Maraud.
Might be the similarities.
It's from Maraud. And Maraud got everybody twerking one night, and Sean was twerking in his tighty whities in his lorry. He put on a proper shirt.
And I'm very pleased.
Awesome. Yeah, that was funny. That was. I'll never forget that. And Maraud had Sean twerking. But yeah, I'm looking. Sean and Darren's doing a Halloween live stream where there's
you could see quite a few.
You win money.
As long as you get some
The best dressed in that.
If you put the patience.
And Sean's asked me to be a judge on it, and I said, yeah, of course I will.
Photos too with Stonehenge.
Quite happy to judge. Be a judge for that.
Easy to see.
Looking forward to that. It'd be a good night. Always is. They don't have to make some amazing costumes. Here comes, I think that's Sean coming. Cheap ass Charlie.
To mid-20s, still plenty more than that. We head to the coming few days, it'll get a little bit cooler. It won't be quite as humid. There'll still be a little bit.
So I find her, put her picture by her ashes. Take some nice photos and then send them.
And this week is looking okay. It's been fine today, and some of us have some bits of sunshine, but we are going to see a little bit of tomorrow and again on Thursday. Otherwise, some
oh great! So we're going to have rain.
Won't feel quite as humid as they have done in the past couple of days. But they've got to try and work their way in from the west as we head through this week. They're moving across areas of high pressure. Not
as soon as I put a summer top on, they give colder weather and rain. Honestly. Oh, jeez. I wrap up like winter, it gets red hot. As soon as I put summer clothes on, you get colder weather and bloody rain.
Most of the seeing temperatures just that little bit lower. However, as we head
see, give it 13 tomorrow.
The east you are.
Oh, you're taking the mic off. Honestly.
Front eventually starts to work its way in. As I say, not huge amounts of rain, but not the most inviting of days, and not as warm either, with highs near 20 or 21 Celsius. High tide as we head to
at this rate, I'll go change my top back over. Honestly.
On Friday, we see such glorious, peaceful scenes as what the sky sent in. This is shit.
Oh dear.
Pumps and boilers on TV West Country weather.
I love Sheldon as well. Thank you so much for that, Charlie. The sky watching, star spotting. Yeah, there's much more to be honest, including this week's piece from our art
Honestly,
about the day the Duffy became
I can't believe that.
the full
There'll be summer top on and we get winter weather. Oh, hopefully the Urona won't fall off this time for Sean.
So Michael's mouth represents one of the first to laugh at the spectacle.
Poor Sean.
All over the world from hundreds of cameras along the line of totality. Toro, members of the British Astronomical Association, were seeing their first eclipse on home territory.
I wouldn't have wanted to have been anywhere else. I just wish the weather could have been clear for us.
Wow.
Remember.
Do you remember it? Yeah. Now back to our story earlier. Thank you for the emails that you've sent in about whether to shorten school summer holidays to keep young people focused. Keith in Minehead says, I remember in the 60s, one summer they trialled splitting the 6 weeks, but it didn't work. Having worked in a school, the 6 weeks went on.
Honestly.
During the whole thing. It's on experience.
Andrea says, don't think our hard-working teachers would think they're too long. Hashtag just saying.
Elizabeth on the other said on text that she thinks they are too long. Adding that I used to have 4 weeks holiday, and that was too much. Thanks to every one of you for getting in touch. Keep sending it in.
Yeah, it's really good to you. Now, that's it from the two of us, but you're back later, aren't you?
10:30. Hope you can join me then. Goodbye.
Well, that's about right. So I put on the summer top and we get winter weather. Yeah, Sean, he's a truck driver. He owns his own truck. And he drives all over America, picking up loads and dropping them off. Alright, I'll have to go to the door. I'll do that after. I'll be right back, please, everyone. Sean. 1 sec, guys. Sorry about that.
I almost forgot you guys were here. Conducting all this business here.
I'm looking forward to the Halloween live stream.
Oh, I may not be there, but I hope you do.
Oh, I definitely make it. Wouldn't miss that for the world. I'm going to donate 60 watch hours. Just had our local weather tomorrow, because I put my summer top on. Tomorrow they give it rain in 13 Celsius tomorrow.
Well, at least it ain't going to be boiling hot like it is here.
We've had sunshine and warm weather for 2 days. We've had rain for 3 days before that and fog and mist. Now it's back to the winter weather. I swear they wait till I put my summer top on. They go, yeah, right, well, screw her. She need the winter clothes back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I showed Mum the picture that Cher's done of Chloe. Mum loves it.
You know, you ran a red light, douchebag. That white van. Not this one, but the other one.
Yeah, he did go past you a bit quick, didn't he?
Well, the cargo van didn't run the red light. The other one did. That made a left right next to me. It ran a red light. And they want to look at each other, look at him like, you know, like it was going to be his fault. No. I had a front row seat to that. If that happened, I'd have been like, that person wasn't paying attention and ran a red light.
Nothing. I hate that when you get people that do that. And the other one that annoys me is when they're going dead slow, when they could go, you know, a higher speed limit.
Uh-huh.
And they get into like a low speed limit. That's when they put their foot down. And I'm like, really? Are you fucking Irish?
Are you Irish?
But we've had protest here, Sean. All our front's been closed off. I thought,
now I know why the English and Irish don't get along.
That's what we say about everything. When it's done ass about face, we're like, you're Irish.
I'd say, no, the luck of the Irish. I'm 1/4.
I like the Irish, I do. My friend was Irish over in Spain. He was a lovely lad. He ended up in an accident and passed away.
Oh.
Fell off his balcony during the lockdown over in Spain and landed 4 floors down. By the time the paramedics got there, he was pronounced dead. Lovely guy he was. But yeah, if my team came over to America, which they're on about doing, I'll arrange it and get you to come on the hunt with us. Because I want to do that Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Yeah, I've seen it. I just never went up the road to get near it because it's fenced off.
Oh, I'd love to go in there and do that.
Yeah, you have to contact them first. If they're not there, you have to contact them.
Definitely do that.
And I don't know how much the fees are, but they'll charge you to do it. But you can take all the filming you want.
Brilliant. Because I inquired about one here, but it was like 2,200.
I don't think it's that expensive, but they look at it as that you're advertising for them as a tourist attraction.
Yeah. I'd love to do that, and I'd like to do the Queen Mary. My mum's brother worked on the Queen Mary.
Just 14 years old.
Now, memory serves me. That's on a dock in Los Angeles, California, right?
Yes.
Okay.
First medal and individual bronze.
Wasn't that you used as the boat in the TV show Love Boat?
I think so.
So wasn't delayed.
I'm not quite sure. But my uncle worked on that ship right up until it closed.
Timing of ITV, the pair won gold. Two-time world champion.
I'd like to stay in the most haunted room in there overnight.
Oh,
Take on the world in Paris.
Which would be quite fun.
For the last time as Olympian, Daly took to the 10-meter diving board. His silver medal completed his Olympic collection, but his biggest prize was competing in front of his
But
boy
yeah,
and husband.
I'll put in a word with the team, and I'll tell him that we want to do that one, get that place, and then come along with us.
A sports person's career is short-lived, but the achievements live on forever. Thank you, Tom, for the memories.
Why not?
And to our
At least if we get scared, we can be scared together, Sean.
I won't be. I'm not afraid of anything.
Same as me. I don't get scared.
The only thing I was ever afraid of was my dad, and he's been dead since 2000.
Yeah. Same.
Going on in terms of planning before
Knew when I'd upset my dad, I'd be out that door and gone up the road. Nope, not dealing with that today.
Honing in on some of the sports, an attempt to try and transition some of those bronzes and silvers into gold.
But I don't back down from the spirits. I tell him basically to F off.
And it's been nothing.
I've had him growl at me, and I told him, don't you growl at me, I ain't scared of you.
Well, I almost became a Roman Catholic priest, and they won't mess with me. They already know. The Lord is my shield, and He and Him who's who I trust.
Yeah. When I do anything like the Ouija board, I always open it with the protection prayer.
Security has been telling how he jumped on a knife who was attacking an 11-year-old girl.
But
The Ouija board.
yeah, we did.
I just had a thought of a song from Insane Clown Posse. It was Violent J was talking about it in the song. He's chronicling a story about. He goes, my mama read a fortune teller, and his dad was a freak show. Anyway, they had sex on a Ouija board, and I was born the next day. Violent J. I mean, their songs can be really funny.
Just like that, Wheeler Walker Jr.
Oh yeah, but they're pretty bad. I think I ran everybody off when I did those.
I was backstage laughing my ass off, singing along.
Well, I'm surprised I was able to do it. Sing the words without messing up and laughing. I mean, I was laughing, but when I didn't have to sing is when I was laughing.
Yeah. Well, I played some of them songs to my mum, and my mum's looked at me and go, what the heck? And I said, just listen, I said to her, and then she starts laughing.
I mean, you can't help but laugh at it. You know,
No, exactly.
and they're true stories. I mean, everybody can relate. I'm like, yeah, I remember when that happened. Yeah. As a father, yeah, that's what I thought to my son, you know. All the pussy you'll slay one day. That's him just saying out loud what all men think when they have a son.
Yeah.
If they admit it, and I do.
Well, over here, not far from where I live, there's a bar that plays music like that a whole night in their bar. No, the first time I went in there, I had to go in there to play darts. And this song come on by Steel Panther, and I'm like, did I just hear that right? Did I just say that? The other team go to me, yeah, it did just say that. And I'm like, ah. And then I just start laughing.
Oh, I was messing with Sammy about darts because she goes and plays darts at a couple of clubs. And I couldn't resist the joke. I think it was like Naki's turn to shoot, and Sammy went to go get her darts off the board, and
Yeah.
Sammy, bend over. Naki's gonna hit the bullseye. I just could not resist, and she was like, "Fuck you, Sean." It's funny when she cusses too, but I just could not resist the humor.
You have a laugh though, ain't you? That reminds me of one of the gentlemen up at my old local bar. He threw the dart come out the flipping dartboard and stuck in his private parts.
Oh, geez. Well, I played darts, and a lot of times mine would bounce right off the freaking board, and it's like, how the hell did that happen?
Well, he said to me, nobody offered to kiss it better. I said, well, don't look at me. I'm going to kiss it better, I said to him. Then I said, I might have a small enough plaster for it, if that'll help. And he just started laughing. He said to me, you cheeky cow. But yeah, I used to play Monday night on a men's team, Tuesday, which was a mixed team, Thursday on the ladies' team, and a Sunday on a mixed team.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. It's almost like going bowling.
Yeah. It kept me out of mischief. And I used to enjoy darts. At least I ain't out there, you know, getting into trouble.
Yeah, I had a hard time with bowling for a while there. I always try to release the ball the same way every time. But sometimes I would slide on the floor and end up 1/4 of the way down the alleyway and then fall on my ass. Yeah, if you manage to slide past the line, you're definitely going to keep going because they wax the alleyway really good, and you'll slip and fall and bust your ear.
Yeah. Or in my mum's case, she went to throw the ball and it was stuck on her fingers. Now she brought her arm back. The ball was come off her fingers and went backwards towards the people. I've done ice skating before. I was all right until it come to stopping, and I ended up going across the ice on my butt.
But I only managed to spare a 7-10 split and bowling once. But I wasn't trying. I was just like, the hell with it. I'm just going to knock one of the pins over. And it was the 7th pin. But I was so aggravated, I chucked the ball down there so hard The ball hit the pin. It hit the back wall, ricocheted, knocked the 10 pin over. I'm like, I got it. I don't believe it.
Brilliant.
But it hit the pin so hard, it ricocheted off the back. It should fall straight down into the pit, but it didn't. It ricocheted off the back wall, came back and hit the 10 pin.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
Well, actually, the way the professionals do it is you barely nick and you give it a lot of English headed to the left, and it spins the ball to where it nicks the 7 pin and it slides over and hits the 10 pin, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah. I found it difficult to get it straight down the flipping middle.
Yeah, but you don't want to go straight down the middle. That's how you end up with splits. You want to hit the head pin, the first pin. They call it the head pin. You want to hit it off center.
I weren't very good at bowling. I used to go, but I weren't very good at it. It's probably because where I broke my thumb and it swells up, I get a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed a strike every time. That's why I got thrown out of that one bowling alley about 15 years ago. It was in Huber Heights, Marion Bowling. What happened was I was, instead of one ball, I was chucking 2 balls down there at the same time. One in each hand. Boom, clang, and all the pins are gone. You're cheating.
I would have been stuck there laughing my ass off.
Yeah, but I do stupid shit in my life, though.
You're not the only one. I've done some daft stuff. Done some daft stuff in my time. I take after me dad on that. Got chased
I got
around
one
the
live
garden
stream.
because my brother was trying to teach me how to play volleyball, and I smashed the bloody window of his shed and got chased around the garden.
Yeah, that's a given. That happens to anybody learning a new sport that deals with a ball. Because I'll never forget my little league coach. He, pitched during batting practice. He'd pitch the balls to us, and I cracked the ball so hard it came back, hit him right in the nuts.
No, I've done that at school. We were It's your signal back again now.
That ball comes in there really, really quick.
Oh yeah. I've hit my teacher in the nuts doing volleyball.
But I did a live stream, I think, last week, 4 or 5 days ago, I think. I don't know. And it was really funny. I shared a lot of stories from when I was a kid.
I think I was there for that one. I think.
There wasn't very many people. I think 1 or 2. Ellie was one of them. I was sharing the stories about seeing your friends getting an ass whipping in the front yard. Like Billy Conroy, the mom would pull his pants down. You'd see his junk and everything. She'd have that belt and be wearing his ass out right there in the front yard. That was embarrassing, man. But we were laughing, though. Then when we were little, we would go to school the next day or that Monday. We'd talk about, hey, did you see Billy Conroy get his ass whipped? And then everybody would start laughing.
Well, that's like my dad's mum. Her weapon of choice was what was it? Nan's choice, a weapon. Copper stick.
I have gotten whipped maybe a handful of times.
Afternoon. Night taken off.
Once from my father, because it didn't take me about one time to know that I can't do that because I'm going to pay for it through my father. He'd give us the belt, and that hurt. My grandmother, my Irish grandmother, always liked using a coat hanger or a fly swatter. My mom, my mom would just smack the piss out of you. You felt like your teeth just flew out of your mouth. That's why today, when women smack the piss out of me really hard, it doesn't faze me. My mom prepared us for that.
Yeah, my daddy, he was the one that always got the hidings. He was the one always in trouble with his mum, and it was a copper stick she would use. Beat the snot out of you with a copper stick.
I think the worst of them all was getting the coat hanger. That hurt. A wire coat hanger?
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That sting for Yeah, my dad, him and his mates were playing hide and seek, and he ducked up this tree, and he heard somebody coming, and he thought it was his mate, and he jumped out the tree, and he ended up on this policeman's back.
Oh, geez.
And the policeman was going to give me dad hiding. And Dad snuck out of his coat, and the policeman dropped his coat, and Dad circled him, picked up his coat and ran like hell, took a shortcut and ended up in the bloody pond. And when he got home, and Nan gave him hiding with a copper stick.
Yeah, I shared the story about Eddie Anders. He wasn't supposed to be out. He was grounded. He was to his bedroom. He wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I guess he ends up climbing out the window, and it hangs with us. That's why when his mom whipped his ass, the window was open because it was left open because he climbed out of it. That's why we didn't see what happened, but we could hear it. As soon as she coming in the bedroom, he's already bawling. Oh, I'm sorry. Get ready, and all of a sudden you heard. Turnover. Man. Oh, we died laughing. I was rolling on the ground, literally. Turnover. She like almost every lick, she's like turnover. And JR goes, is she trying to start a car? That made it worse.
So it's one friend that comes out with some dark comment, and it just has creased.
Yeah, I think the ones that got whipped regularly with a belt are heavy into BDSM. I'm not into BDSM. Thank God.
But help will be needed. Not only
The only thing I carry with me, a part of my psychosis, is a freshly mopped floor. I will not walk on it. I'll stand there and I'll wait for it to dry.
Yeah, Dad didn't like the seeing the mop. Not after he got whipped by his friend's mother. What? Kept cracking him over the head with it. But Grandad, my dad's daddy, had a farm down in Devon where my dad was born. And Grandad used to make cider. And he'd have the barrel outside the cider, and he'd lay under it and turn the tap on. And he'd get so drunk, he couldn't even lift his arm up to turn the tap off.
Yeah, well, a cider is what you call beer in England, right?
No, cider is made out of apples.
Oh, so you guys just call it cider like that? Okay.
Yeah.
We say apple cider. Now, some of the country folks do say cider, but I thought it might have had a different meaning over in England.
No. You get different strengths over here, and you get a lot of places that sell cider, homemade cider.
Yeah,
My brother used to make it,
yeah.
but he got
Frank's.
in the morning absolutely drunk from the bloody fumes from the cider because he'd be brewing it in his bedroom.
Oh wow! Yeah, down the street from the Petro, from where I live, sometimes I'll stop in there. It's Frank's Fruit Farm. They sell a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. They make their own fresh donuts daily, which are dynamite. They make really good donuts. And during the fall, they make their own fresh apple cider. They jug it and everything. It is really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot more expensive than what you would buy in the store, but you're getting the fresh stuff. It's really good. There's a big difference.
Yeah, you can tell the difference from the fresh to the store-bought cider.
Well, they put all that concentrate and a lot of sugar and crap in it.
Yeah. And the cider that's made over here, Jesus Christ, some of that put hairs on your chest. It's that strong.
Yeah, but I think the guy that makes it is last name is Dickens. And when you have any Dickens cider? You know, a lot of people say that. Yeah, it is funny. They know what you're talking about. You have any Dickens cider? And here comes this young girl. I want a huge Dickens cider. I'm like, I wouldn't doubt that. Let me get out of here.
But where I live near a cider museum. And you can go there and you can sample the cider before you buy it. And their cider is really good. And I live near Somerset, where it's famous for their ciders.
Yeah, see, that's why I try to tell everybody. My life is not normal. I'm always waiting. Okay, what's next? What's going to happen now? And I wait. And there's times I wait for something to happen, and I see it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Especially when I take a trip somewhere, that it turns into a zoo pretty quickly. The weirdest shit happens around me. My kids are like that. Dad, we can't take you anywhere with something happening. I'm like, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. I just saved that woman from drowning is what I did. And then these two broads want to get into a fist fight over something else I got in between them. I'm like, look, there's kids around here, ladies. Let's watch our language.
Funny you say that, because that's exactly what happens to us every time we go swimming.
Yeah, it was a mute point anyway, because see, girls would wear respective bikinis, okay?
Yeah.
Not the butt floss. I've never seen that at Kings Island. That was the first time. Because when I walked out after changing into my swim trunks, I'm walking out and me and my son about ready to hit the tubes, right? You know, we climb up about 5 stories and you get in those tubes. So you know what a turd feels like in a drain pipe. Well, anyway, I'm walking out and Junior's standing there looking at these two broads. And I'm like, Junior, what are you looking at? And all of a sudden I pay attention. I'm looking around. Just about every female in a bikini is a totally bare ass. They're wearing like a T-back or a G-string type bikini. I saw a number of bare ass everywhere, and I'm like, this isn't normal. I said, because I looked at the kids, and I said, Beth, you know this. When did they start wearing these bikinis? Even the teenage girls was wearing them, and it's like, you know, this wasn't not normal, okay?
Yeah.
It's like they're hardly leaving anything up to the imagination. Well, I had to get between these two broads that were dressed like that. Like, hey, you're cussing. There's kids around here. And I'm thinking, well, it's a freaking mute point if they're all dressed like this. And I looked right over at my daughter, Beth. I said, don't even think about it. I'll be dead first. I don't care if you are 19 years old. You're not wearing that. Not while I'm alive.
Uh,
But my daughters are modest, thank God.
yeah, that was like my brother and his mate, who's deaf. They went to Spain, and they're taking a stroll along the beach, and there's all these topless women, and my brother ends up having to kind of shove his mate into the water to cool off.
Yeah, no, I might be behind the times, Tammy, because when I was out in Oregon, I had these five females. They were like in their 20s, early 30s, wearing the same thing in a truck stop. And I didn't go in there for this. I went in there to get a coffee and get my fuel receipt. And I'm getting a coffee. All of a sudden I'm surrounded by 5 girls in bikinis like that. The first thing that hits me is shock. I'm like, I can't believe these girls are dressed like this at a truck stop. I mean, there's an appropriate place for that, and there's not so appropriate. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but Jesus Christ.
No, I couldn't wear anything like that either. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't.
That's
There's
why I
no way I
froze.
would be walking around flossing my ass at the same time. Sod that.
And 2 of them were smiling at me. Hello. I'm like, hi, and I'm frozen. I can't move because I'm in shock. What I'm seeing.
Well, at times I think, was there any point in you putting any of that on? Because it's barely covering anything anyway.
But as soon as it starts,
It's like, really? I mean, are Western women that desperate they got to dress like that in a public place? I mean, I could see being at a beach or at a pool. That's fine, but not in a freaking truck stop. I mean, that's psychological torture for most truck drivers. We don't like looking at something we can't have. Okay, that's psychological torture. If we can't have it, we don't even want to look at it or know it. But if we're forced into it or subjected to it, it's like this just ain't right.
Yeah. Well, that was like when I went to Tenerife one year. Me and my brother went out that evening for a few drinks, and we had these Spanish women come up to me brother. You like €10? Sucky, €50, fucky. I said, you ain't got fucking €50 worth there.
I'd say, no, thank you, ma'am. I'd smile at her and say, no, thank you, ma'am. You have a nice day. I don't care. I don't care how beautiful they are. I would say no. Always say no.
Yeah, my brother said no.
It's the simple reason. Yeah, I love women. I'm not gay. But there's a disconnect that it doesn't work. The disconnect doesn't work for me. I have to have a connection. I have to know this person or have feelings for them to do something like that.
Yeah.
And just doing the act is like, yeah, it may be pleasurable, but I'm not into that.
Well, like I told him, they'd need change for €10 because he didn't even have €10 worth. My brother said to me, "You cheeky bitch." I said, "Well, I'm just being honest."
Aside from that issue, I don't want something I can't wash off, and I don't want no disease.
Exactly.
Look, I'm a lot happier being miserable and practically living a life of celibacy.
Psychologist Elaine Casket says
I'd rather be happy being miserable than having the alternative and risk of having a transmitted disease, because that you live with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I think I got somebody in the background. If I had somebody in the background, I am so sorry. I didn't see the red dot right away. I am so sorry. It's so small that when I glance over, I didn't catch it. I am so sorry, whoever that was.
We already know that.
One year over in Spain, I had this drinks holder that was in the shape of a man's private part. Walking back to the hotel with my brother, and they're trying to get you to come into their bar. Oh, we'll give you a free fish bowl, or we'll give you, a shot. But this night, he was giving away free fish bowls. He said, "Oh, if you come in, I'll give you a fish bowl." And then he went, "Is that a dick you got there?" I went, "No, that's my brother." And my brother looked at me and went, "You cheeky bitch." And I went, well, I said, karma's a bitch, isn't it, bro? I said, all the times you tormented me, I'm just getting my own back now.
Is for legislation to keep up with a debt industry that needs to have a life of its own. Martin Stew.
But we liked Palma Nova. It was beautiful over there.
On our website.
Uh-huh.
Apart from the year we went, and they had bombs going off.
Oh.
They had a bomb go off outside the hotel we were going to originally stay in, and it killed 2 police officers.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was sat out on the balcony one evening and heard the explosion, seen the black smoke. Watched 2 or 3 bombs go off over in Palmer.
Oh, that was the subway bombing,
Mm-hmm.
right? What
Yeah.
was that, August 7th? When was that? It was like
Yeah.
our version of the 9/11 you guys had.
Yeah, it was over. I know it's beginning of August, but I can't remember the date or the year. Oh, it was 2015, because that was the last time we went to Spain, and I literally heard and watched them going off.
Yeah, I had fun going to Spain. And yes, it was during Pamplona. They tried to get me to do the running of the bulls. I'm like, not on your life. I said, maybe when I was in high school, when I was in the best shape of my life, and I could run then. Oh, yeah. I probably would have done it then. I said, I'm too old. I can't do this shit anymore, let alone run away from the bulls. Are you kidding? So I went up in my balcony and hung out the balcony, and you're just right above everybody's heads, and the bulls are right there running by, and you get to see all the chaos that's going on, and you're yelling down them, "You better run, motherfucker!" I remember Betty yelling at you, "Better run, motherfucker! He's on you!" It's like, oh,
Wait a minute. Run a bit quicker.
And I'm like, "What? You guys try to talk me into this shit? You know, I ain't doing that." They would have done it if I would have done it. They would have done it. But when I told them, like, look, I can't run like I used to, and outrunning a bull, no. And I don't want to gourd up my ass or my testicles end up on one of the horns of one of the cows. No.
Yeah, hell no. But I've seen that, and I'm like, you got to be mad to take part in that.
There's some people do. And it's like, you don't understand. Yes, that is a big animal and weighs about 3,000 pounds. But they can run. They can run. Very quickly.
Hell, some of them as well.
I'm like, they run maybe not as fast, but just as fast as a horse. And if you can't outrun a horse, you're dead meat.
You're going to be a shish kebab on the bloody bull.
But you'd be amazed. There's literally thousands of people doing that crap. I'm like,
Yeah. It's madness. And then when you actually see the bulls, you think, Jesus Christ. And you want me to run that? Hell no.
Yes, that's right. We know from the court case.
But what makes me laugh over in Spain is where they put the crocodile parks right next to a water park.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, yeah, I
water
could just
park, crocodile park,
and finding the bloody crocodile or an alligator waiting to greet me.
Yeah, I'd be like, no.
When we were over there one year, one of the crocodiles escaped from the crocodile park, and I was like, you better check the water park. I bet the bugger's in there. I'm going to go on the slide.
Or he just ate somebody's dog.
They found him in the water park.
Well, what's strange is, for the most part, they won't go in a swimming pool because the chlorine burns them.
conclusion after she
Yeah. This fucker
Or-
did. He went in
That's
there.
Yeah, that's very unusual because we've been told that. I've been told that. He said most likely alligators won't go in there because the chlorine is very acidic to them and burns them. It burns their soft underbelly,
Yeah.
and they can smell it, and it irritates their nose too. It would be like us going into some heavy duty acid,
Yeah.
and like going into a pool full of bleach. That's what it is like to them,
Yeah.
but
We
not
went
to
to-
us. Just for human.
We went to one of the zoos and they got a clear window and you could stand right next to the crocodiles and the alligators. And I'm stood there next to one and my mum goes, "Are you going to be all right there?" She said, "You sure it can't get you?" I said, "Do you think I'd be fucking stood here if there wasn't a window there? Right next to its head." I said, he'd look at me and go, "That's nice."
Yeah. When I'm down in the Everglades, a lot of times I get a load of cucumbers
Yeah.
out of this farm, and there's gators everywhere. Okay, you got to maneuver around them to get your truck in the door or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This is in the Everglades of Florida. We take that load typically up to Michigan, northern Michigan, and they make pickles with them. They make the baby ones and the full size ones, sliced pickles. They make them all. It's the Vlasic company. It's got the bird as the logo.
Yeah.
And I took my nephew there. He was my last student, and I told him, I said, "Don't worry. The gator. It's during the day. The gators won't move. They just lay there. You can walk right by them. Matter of fact, you can probably pet them because they're more of a nocturnal animal.
Yeah.
But if you maybe get too close and that gator's awake, yeah, he's going to move, but not very quickly." But I remember back then, Daniel wasn't paying attention. He gets out of the truck and lands almost on top of this gator getting out of the truck.
Oh.
I forgot to tell him that there was a gator right there that come out my door, but it was too late. He almost lands on the gator. The gator jerks to the side a little bit. He was like, "Yo!" And he's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" scared the life out of him. And he goes, "Man, I'm going to go walk out to the road. You're going to drive the truck after you're loaded. You're going to drive out there and come get me. I'm not coming near these things again." I'm like, "All right."
Have you seen that video on YouTube of the grandpa in Australia with the frying pan, the skillet, that smacks him over the head?
To reform and out of date.
Smacks the alligator over the head.
Well, yeah, I mean, gators are dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, they're almost harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna walk up in front of its mouth, yes, you better be in a hurry to get out of the way, because when it opens its mouth, those jaws are coming down.
Yeah. And their crush power is amazing. The force behind their crush power, Jesus Christ. But to actually see it, you think, Jesus.
Yeah, when my nephew went solo, he ended up having to pick a load out of there once when he was on his own.
Yeah.
And he says, "I know, I got an idea how to handle these gators now." What he did,
Something of a surprise with Norwich City.
2 cell phones, and he had the cell phone on speaker, and he put it away from the truck in a tree. So when he hit the button, it would play the sound of a chicken. He said it worked. Yeah. I made that sound of a chicken, and the gator slowly slumped over towards where the phone was. It was ridiculous how he did it. He goes, "I wasn't going to go anywhere near those gators."
I went to a theme park over there and they had tiger cubs that you can have your photo taken with, and you could hold. I wanted to
yeah.
bring it with me.
Those are harmless, except for the damn claws.
Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful.
Soft fur too.
Yeah.
But the problem
Oh,
is sometimes they
eyes.
like to bite, but not really hard. It's more of a play biting. But their claws is what bothered me. It's like, ow.
Yeah. But it's their eyes. They got such beautiful eyes.
Just horseplay, the something that
Absolutely
Yeah,
adorable.
I was at the Cincinnati Zoo with the kids, and I paid the keep. You know, they were showing the cubs, and
Yeah.
I waited for the keep to come out, and he did. And I put $100 in his pocket. I said, "You know what I want?" He goes, "I got you taken care of." He knew right away what I was doing. They're not supposed to do that, but I paid him $100. He'll do anything, you know. So he brought a couple of the cubs out for my kids to pet and hold. One of them was a white tiger, which is rare.
Rare. Yeah. Very rare. But they're beautiful, the white ones too.
Yeah, they're descendants from the donation of Siegfried and Roy, because they raised tigers and white tigers.
Yeah. The last white tiger I've seen, adult white tiger, was in Laurel Park over in Spain, and his name is Prince.
And they're amazing. They're just like regular cats too.
Yeah.
Because I grabbed the fishing pole with the dangly thing on it, full grown tiger, and I was dangling, and they would claw at it like a kitty cat would, just like a normal cat would. That's why they say, don't dangle your hand in front of them. They'll claw it or they'll bite it.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to pet them, dive right in really quick. Don't dangle your hand like you would a dog.
Yeah.
Because they don't like danglings.
And don't drop your shorts because I go for that and all.
No, geez.
But I gotta admit, over here we got a bloke that's got his own wolf pack, and he sleeps with them, sleeps with his wolf pack. And I actually met the bloke, and that was the first time I've ever seen a wolf up close, because we don't have wolves over here.
Yeah,
But-
basically a wolf. The eyes can look real menacing, almost evil. I should say. Shit.
I
I'm going back
just
up on
love with them. I was like, they are so beautiful. And to think dogs are descendants of them, it's amazing to think.
Yes.
But I was there, and I was there watching these wolves, and they were coming up to the fence and kissing him and everything, and I just is in awe. I spent a good half an hour just watching them. They're asking questions about the wolves and that. But he couldn't go in with him at that time because he went to take one to the vets, and it pulled him through the window, and he sliced all his hand open.
Ow.
So he couldn't go in with him at that time. But yeah, he's got about 20 wolves in his pack.
Shit.
everywhere will be.
What's happened?
Oh, I keep forgetting I can't arrive but an hour early. And if I arrive too early, they'll mark me as late.
Oh,
It's just Walmart trying in a way to get their freight moved for free.
Crafty sods.
Check on this right.
We've got one Walmart in the UK, and it's in
You do?
Bristol. Yeah, it's in Bristol.
I know they had them in mainland Europe, but I didn't know they had them in the UK.
Yeah, we've got one in Bristol.
So this evening in Central
And we've got a few American chain restaurants in London.
McDonald's, I take it. McDonald's is everywhere.
Yeah. Is it Whataburger or something?
Whataburger?
No, it's the White Castle.
Oh, White Castle. Yeah, that's some good stuff there.
We got
They're a
one
lot
of them
more-
in.
They're a lot more tasty than McDonald's, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because our McDonald's here, well, the Big Macs, I wouldn't even call them a Big Mac because you can pick them up with one hand. And I can remember when you had the proper Big Macs and you had to pick them up with two hands because they were that big. Not anymore. It's like if you fucking shrunk it.
And charge you more money.
Yeah. Because a Big Mac meal now has set you back £7 something, nearly £8 for a Big
Just like
Mac
over
meal.
here. Yeah. It's not as cheap as it used to be.
No, definitely not. But I did order a little while ago up in London from Kingdom of Sweets some American treats to try, some candies and crisps, and I really liked it. I liked it better than our own crisps. Or you call them potato chips, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your lot ain't as stingy as ours because you go to buy a share bag and you open it up and there's only half a bag full. The rest is just air. And yet when I opened the American potato chips, it was a full bag. I was like, geez.
All right, so all their senses are massive.
But I've yet to try Taco Bell. We've got a few of them over here.
Their intelligence has never been doubt. This study seems to suggest.
But I've tried the Krispy Kreme donuts.
In a 3-stage experiment in which
I had to travel over an hour to get them.
Researchers found that all of this changed their behavior to get a treat.
And I got to admit, I did like the Krispy Kreme donuts.
And even strategize.
It's a little bit like humans play chess. So you can think a couple of steps ahead. If I move here, then this might happen. And that's something that's actually quite complex. And we didn't think.
Where are you off to after you drop that lot off, Sean, or pick up?
Perhaps the old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, is unfair. The horses knew exactly what they wanted all along. Chris Williams, ITV News, Galvin Insula.
Well, that is all from us for now. Tom is with news at 10, but from me, soon. Bye-bye.
Ah, there we go.
Where are you heading off to after Walmart?
Kind of feels like some things might get shaken up.
Tonight at 10 on ITV, or watch the latest episode now on ITVX.
Are you there, Sean?
Oh, I'm sorry. When I'm doing something with my phone, I was looking at it on GPS. Yeah, when I'm doing something, you can't hear me anymore. I was saying, yeah, I'm going to Murfreesboro after I deliver to Walmart. That's where I pick up my next load and take it to Oklahoma City.
Oh, nice. That's what I like about your channel. I get to see some of places in America that I've never seen.
This one at dusk.com, and we loved it, didn't we? And it was a lot less than we thought it would be, which means we had money left. I don't know, a simple but classic
I get to see some beautiful views.
Yeah, basically that's why I do it. I mostly do it so I can have conversations with somebody instead of just with myself.
You think the washing one?
Yeah, I expect that was half the time while you're driving. And the boredom.
That's why I'm gonna. They don't have a karaoke version of it, but I wish they did because I would have done it. Because I can fully relate to that song by Wheeler Walker Jr. Better off beating off. I'm always alone, so it's like
I'm bad.
no one to talk to. They might as well find something to do. Oh, better off beating off, And it's like I'm to the point now where I'm like, I really don't want to clean that mess up.
My mum's laughing. She's like over on the sofa. She's laughing her ass off.
Well, there's some guys that do it daily. And I'm like, you got issues, bro.
My dad used to tell me, brother, it'd make you go blind. And my brother said, is that why you wear glasses?
Well, shit, man. All of us would have went blind when we were teenagers.
Dad chased him around the bloody house for that one. I can remember when my nephew was little and he went to school. His dad's a fisherman. And he went to school and he told his school teacher that his daddy's got crabs. And I had a school teacher.
Yeah, crabs no longer exist. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the crabs went extinct because it started in the late 80s because of a porno that was filmed. What happened was a big bad case of the crabs was going around, and one of the famous porno actresses shaved all her pubic hair off because of it. And it worked. Okay, she got rid of the crabs, And when everybody saw that, and especially a lot of your young females, it started a trend, and that's what started all the girls shaving bald. And then it was like right around the mid 90s when the guys started doing it. Me, I don't have that issue because I don't have much hair that grows there anyway. I can't grow hair hardly anywhere on my body except on top of my head.
I remember you saying that before.
We're not a very hairy people. But because of that trend where everybody was shaving their pubes and everything, the crotch crabs became extinct. And a lot of people didn't realize it. Because they have nothing to attach themselves to, and they starve to death. That's it.
That was funny though. He was only about 5 or 6, wasn't he? Something like that. He told his teacher at school his daddy's got crabs.
Yeah, if you shave down below, you don't never have to worry about crabs. Never. That's why a lot of the youngsters don't know about crabs. I'm lucky I never knew about them. I kept hearing about them all the time.
I was telling Mum about when Maraud had you all up twerking and you were doing it in your tighty whitey. Mum's laughing. Yeah, my mum was laughing at that. There was just Maraud. He was brilliant. always such a laugh with Maraud.
Hello?
Yeah, it's a lot like lice. Okay, there's still that issue with lice, and there always will be, depending on where you are or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why the cure for it, they got medicine for it now. You just comb your hair and they all die and everything, and the eggs and everything. But the cure of it back then, before modern day medicine, was to shave your head,
Yeah.
like Murad and Darren.
Yeah.
Or back in Dayton, Ohio, what we call a Drexel cut. We take it all off.
I can remember Dad telling me about that back in the back when he was younger. If any of his brothers got it, they'd have to shave it off. They'd shave his hair off.
I only shaved my head a couple of times, and it was in high school. And it wasn't a complete shave. I gave myself a mohawk, is what I did. And the girls couldn't keep their hands off of it. They always wanted to touch it.
Mohawks are pretty cool. Oh, have you watched the first part of that Cobra Kai yet? The last season?
Last season of what?
Cobra Kai?
No.
I've watched the first part. I've got to wait now till November for the second part.
Oh, they only released half of the season, and the other half is coming out in November. Okay.
And they've left it on a cliffhanger. Git.
Oh, they always do that. They got to do that. I don't know why they're wanting to end it. It's an excellent series.
Yeah, I've loved every second of it.
The best was when Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence were in the car jamming to REO Speedwagon. That was so damn cool.
Oh yeah. And you see that not Silver, the other guy, the one that had the long hair in the original Karate Kid.
Yeah, that was Mr. Silver.
Yeah. Don't he look old? In the
Well, they all gotten old. They all gotten old.
Jesus. I looked at him, I was like, no.
The one that didn't change all that much, it seems, was Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
He changed very, very little. And the actor that plays Chosen.
Yeah.
The only difference with Chosen is he's probably like 10 pounds heavier, and he's got a little bit of gray. But other than that, he looks the same.
Yeah.
But I like that they buried the hatchet with Chosen and sort of with Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that they've done that. But it's strange not seeing Mr. Miyagi in it.
I'm just surprised Chosen got defeated by Mr. Silver, because Chosen is very good. And he's very good with weaponry. And I'm like, yeah. I'm surprised Silver, beat him like that.
Yeah. A few years back, when I used to do karate myself, because I used to do karate and kickboxing, I got to train with Bruce Lee's best friend. And at that time, he had 9 black belts.
I didn't know who his best friend was.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's best friend. He teaches over in China. And he's an amazing teacher, but very strict. If he tells you to put your left leg forward and you put your right foot forward, he'll kick you straight out through the double doors.
I had private lessons from a sensei. He was in the special forces, and he learned over in Japan and Korea. He learned the different styles. He learned
Yeah.
karate, which is taekwondo, and shibakai. And when he came back to the States, he opened up a dojo. But a lot of guys did that way back in the day,
Yeah.
and they would they'd make up a name for their style of martial arts. And a lot of them in the area didn't like Virgil Kemi, but Virgil Kemi had a big sense of humor like I did. That's why I was like the son he never had. He had 3 daughters but no sons, and he treated me like the son he never had.
Yeah.
And we just clicked right away. It was my mom's best friend's father, and he called his style of martial arts, or karate, if you want to call it that, chop suey. It had a cartoon dragon with these beady eyes. It looked like a cartoon. It was ridiculous, and it said chop suey on it. That's why a lot of the senseis took it seriously. You know, they had these elite names, you know,
Yeah.
and they had these real.
Yeah, I can't be a part of that. Just don't feel.
No, but you want someone to situation. I don't think so. She still sees him. She's still part of his life.
Don't think of me as those guys.
Oh, I know. He told her. Tell her how you feel.
So you never see ever again. My God, he knows they can do that. I said to his like, where is it? The carrot snake's just in it, right there. Oh, it's not top. I just asked you a question. Do you know the answer? No. I think you might be.
Is your signal gone, Sean?
I think so too. It doesn't look very happy though, does it? Are you not very happy, John?
Or is it my phone?
Oh, I think it's his advantage.
Heat it up.
It's
How is that? Is it working now?
Yeah, that's better.
But he would slap you with his backhand instead of using a closed fist. That's why
Yeah.
it sounded like a bunch of webba like that. It was really fast. That's what Tang Fai is. It means fast hand movement in Japan.
Yeah.
And yes, it's very, very fast, and you hit pressure points. I mean, everybody that he hit would have hit the floor right away because he's hitting pressure points. But he does it with an open hand. It's just like a slap, and it's totally harmless. I remember one time he given a demonstration to people that are interested in coming to class, and he'd always use me as the practice dummy.
Yeah.
He'd hit within a second. He'd hit me 10 times, and he'd hit me 10 times from the chest all the way down to my inner legs, and it sounded like somebody zipping up a zipper. That's how quick it was. Zip, and that's how it was. It was very impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I watching Bruce Lee's best mate when he was training us. That was amazing to watch. And I felt very lucky to be able to train with him. But then I had to give it up because I basically fucked up my right knee completely. To the point my knee will crack and my whole kneecap will shift out.
My son looked at some old photo albums that my sister has, and he learned that, you know, what I've accomplished in that area when I was a teenager. And I said, yeah, I can teach you, but I'm waiting because what I'm going to teach you takes a lot of restraint and responsibility because I don't want you killing some kid in school.
Yeah.
Literally. Because you hit pressure points, you hit certain things, It only takes, you know, a pound of pressure to snap somebody's neck, and I'm not going to have my son killing some kid.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
told him,
yeah.
I said, there's certain things that I'm not going to teach you is because you're going to kill somebody, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Or cripple somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The younger kids, when we used to learn that sort of stuff, he'd take them into another part of the building and they'd learn something else. And it was only like the older teenagers and the adults that would learn that stuff until them kids got a bit
But
older.
it's certain things that you would only use in extreme circumstances. If you feel like your life is threatened, yeah, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it takes a lot of discipline not to do something like that.
Yeah, it really does. Because my instructor, he, when we used to do, when we used to have to fight one another, it was supposed to be no contact. Oh, he made contact, all right, made me mouth bleed, so I chased him around the fucking building.
Yeah. That's why I'll never watch UFC, because Virgil Pemi never believed in full contact. He just barely tolerated, you know, the gloves and the feet pads. He detested full contact fighting because people can get hurt.
Yeah.
And I know he probably would, you know, would not talk or even concern himself with the UFC because he said that's brutality and that's not a sport to me.
Yeah, that's just beating the shit out of each other.
Yes.
It's like when my dad was in the Royal Air Force, he was put forward to do boxing. It wasn't his choice. He was made to do it. But he ended up holding 9 championships.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that compete in UFC, they don't understand. There's certain rules that you can't do, and it doesn't really test full contact fighting. Full contact fighting means unlimited. You can do anything, and that changed the dynamic of the entire fighting process. Because any one of those idiots would try to put one of those holds on me, I'll break his wrist, I'll pop his eye out, or I'll stick my fingers in their ear and pull some brains out. Or I just pop them in the throat and they choke to death and die. You're not going to do that to me. And I don't have to know all this fancy fighting and everything, or getting on the floor, rolling around, and then, you know, tying somebody's neck up. You know, no. And I'm like, you want to try that? Good luck. That's why I tell them the UFC is good, but it is not necessarily going to protect you in a street fight. Sometimes you can run into somebody that knows how to hit pressure points and everything. You're going to get seriously hurt.
Oh, yeah. The same as boxing. They don't, you know, every time you get a punch to the bloody head, it's rattling your brain around.
But see, in UFC, when you're competing, there's a lot of rules and a lot of things you can't do, or you get disqualified.
Yeah.
And or not only disqualified, you can get banned from the sport, period.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to take a few days off from the business.
My dad could have turned a professional boxer, but he didn't want to.
Great. Promise yourself I won't drink today. I will.
But later on, as he got older, from all that boxing he used to do, it messed his eyes up. He ended up going blind.
There was an incident. Some boxes went missing from the.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here.
Yeah, John.
I'm just gonna sit back and probably take a nap for an hour and then roll into the Walmart here. But I appreciate you coming up, Tammy. I appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody that came to the live stream. Oh, have a good day, okay?
And you, Sean, you have a nice nap, and I'll catch you in a bit.
Just remember,
Yeah, I might do one tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if I'll end up on anybody's live stream again. I don't know. But I'll talk to you later. I appreciate it.
All right, Sean. You take care.
All right.
Bye
Bye
for
bye.
now. Bye.
Bye bye.